Well. Hello, hello. Happy Friday. Welcome to Single Saved and Searching. I'm Marie Burbick, and as usual, I'm here with my very able producer, Akeelia, and together we are trying to help saved singles to find their missing rib. Good evening from Queens, New York. It is good to be here with you guys again. Now, tonight, I'm hoping that I can speak to someone who has indicated their interest in being on the program with me live tonight. Let us see if we can get her on and we can chat with her in just a few minutes. But I also want you guys to engage me in a discussion that I'm having tonight. I'm going to be talking with you about getting back into the dating scene after a long break. Perhaps you've been through a long-term relationship, it didn't work out, or you've been through a divorce and you're looking to get back into the dating market. So I'm going to talk with you about that tonight, some of the things that you ought to be taking into consideration, some things you ought to be thinking about. All right, so I'll be back with you in just a moment. All right, so welcome again. For those of you who are just joining me, welcome to Single Saved and Searching. It is a beautiful Friday evening. I think I hear a little bit of rain outside, but that is not going to change the mood tonight. We're back on your favorite show for saved singles, where Akeelia and I will be helping your singles to be single for maybe just a little bit longer. We're hoping that we can help you to find your spouse, your missing rib. Let me see who is it that is on tonight that I may say hello to. Hi there, Ryan Taylor. How are you? Good to see you guys. Let me see who else. Trudy saying no sound. Can you guys hear? Trudy saying no sound. Ryan, can you hear? Can you guys hear? Let me know what's going on from your end, if you are hearing, and how is the sound from your end, because I really want to engage you guys tonight. It's been a little while, and I'm happy to be back with you, and I'm hoping that we can have a really wonderful discussion. Where are the singles who are on the program tonight? Because I know some persons watch. You're not single, but you watch anyway and you engage us. So where are the single people? If you are single tonight, just type, I am single. If you're a saved single watching tonight, just type, I am saved. I am single. Christine is on tonight. She says, I can hear. All right. Trudy Smith is saying no sound is coming in briefly. All right, Trudy, I'm not sure if it's something from your end, but I'm hoping it can be resolved as quickly as possible so that we can have a good discussion tonight, which will engage yourself and anyone else who is watching, wherever you're watching from across the world tonight. Guys, where are you all watching from? Just tell me where you're watching from. I see Sister Lynn Henry. Sister Lynn, are you back with us in the US as yet? Are you back here with us in the United States, Sister Lynn? It is good to have you on tonight, guys. Tell me where you are watching from. And I'm asking you to share this live link. Alina, she says the sound is great. All right. Good to see you, Alina. Guys, can I challenge you tonight to just share this link with 10 persons? Share it in your inbox. Share it on your WhatsApp. Share it on your page right now. Come on. Go ahead and share the link so that we can build up this audience tonight and come out with a good program. All right. So tell me where you're watching from. Ryan, where are you watching from? Tell me where you guys are watching from, and get ready for a nice little discussion tonight. Trudy says, if I go out and come in just brief and then nothing. Okay, I'm not sure what's happening from your end. All right, Sister Lynn is saying she's still in St. Kitts, and I see Nikisha Gale, she's watching from New Jersey. Althea Bennett is watching from Jamaica. Althea, is it you that messaged us on YouTube? We're live on YouTube. Is it you that wanted to come live with me tonight, Althea Bennett? If that is so, then indicate and we will send you a link so that you can join us and we can have a discussion tonight. I will talk to you about, you know, what it is that you are looking for in a partner and get the general information from you to share tonight. So if that's you, Althea, please indicate quickly, and my producer, Akeelia, will reach out to you tonight and help you to get on. Good evening to you, Avia. Is it Avia or Avia? I'm not sure how your name is pronounced, but I see you watching from Jamaica. Good to have you, sis. God bless you. Always a pleasure to have my Jamaican friends here and everybody else who is watching from the Caribbean islands. Of course, I'm from Jamaica, so you have to forgive me. I talk about Jamaica a lot. All right. Now, people, how many of you here who are watching me tonight, you have probably just come out or you have been out of a relationship for quite some time, but you're looking to find that special person now. You feel that you are ready. If you're in that bracket, I want you to just type me or yes, I am, because we're going to get into the discussion. I'm going to share some things with you tonight that you ought to be mindful of as you prepare to get back in the market. And the reason why I'm doing this tonight is because your position that you may be in tonight, I was in that position for quite some time. And I learned a few things that I want to share with you. I'm sure that what I'm going to share is going to help you. All right. If you are having a difficulty on Facebook, watching on Facebook, please, you can always go to the YouTube channel. Just go to YouTube, look for Marie Berbick. We are live on YouTube as well as Facebook. So please share the link and watch us on any of the platforms that you feel more comfortable watching. I see Patricia Biznat. She's in Trinidad. Good evening, Patricia. Good to see you. My sister, good to see you. All right, Avia Watkin is saying me. So she's single. She has been single for some time, and she's ready to get back in the market. Same thing with Ryan Taylor and Nikisha Gale. So you guys stay with me tonight because this is a show that you ought not to miss. Some really good gems are going to be dropped tonight, and I want you to benefit. If you haven't shared the live stream, I want you to do so. Please go right ahead. Don't just watch me tonight. Share the live stream. Let us bless as many people as we can. So please click away on the buttons, the share button, right? And make sure that you share with somebody who you believe that we can be a blessing to. I'm following you guys on my other phone on Facebook just to make sure that I don't miss anybody. All right? Because tonight, as I said, is going to be a pretty good night. The discussion that I want to have with you, I'm sure is going to be of great benefit. So stay with me and share. Those are the two things I ask you to do. As a matter of fact, let me ask you to do something else. Stay with the program, share the program. If you have not yet started to follow the page, click and start following. Like and follow this page now so you can know the next time that I go live. All right, so I'm trying to get everything in order so I can have a great discussion tonight. Just bear with me for just a moment. I want to put this phone up here so I can follow everybody who is watching on Facebook, because I'm on YouTube as well, and I want to make sure that everybody has my attention and I'm staying with you guys. All right, let me see who else has joined me, and you're in the singles category. Everybody who is single tonight, you are saved and single. You've been out of a relationship for some time. You're ready to go back in the market. I want you to let me know if that's you. You can say that's me. I see Alice says she's watching from Canada. Good evening to you. Good to have you. Welcome to Single Saved and Searching. Good evening to you, Remo. Is it Remo Shun? Andrea Sterling in Kingston, Jamaica. Good evening, Sister Andrea D. Hi. I see Sister Irene Brady and Camille Dowett. Oh, yes, Camille. Yeah, man. Camille say, yes, that's me. Yes, Camille, I know, man. You're on my prayer list, you know. There are a number of women that I have on my prayer list, and I'm praying for you guys to get husbands. I'm praying for you guys to find your boys and for boys to locate you in this season, because it does make a difference. Listen to me now. I'm not going to hide, and I'm not going to put my face under a bag and tell you that it feels good to be married again. I ain't playing, people. It feels good to be married. Where's Robert? Where's Robert? There's where you at. It feels good. It feels good good to be mad. It feels good not to wake up and look around and it's just me and the pillow. Come on, you think I'm going to hide it? No, I ain't going to hide it. God has blessed me and I'm celebrating, and I'm hoping that the same can be for you guys. Upside, I saying I've been on my own for 5 years. That's a long time, sister. You know, it's almost 15 years roughly that I really had been out there. As I said to you guys the other day, got into something, didn't work out. I got out as fast as I could out of that. And finally, I'm telling you that this time it's the right person. It is the right person. I give God the glory. Rima Shun says, keep me in prayer. Good evening to you, Minister Marcia Rice. Sister Zan is watching from Jamaica. Sister Zan, you're in the singles category still? Just checking, because I have a number of you guys on my list that I'm praying for your husbands to locate you. Camille say, you go, Rev. Tell you, hey, we're not even a hide and talk tonight. We're not hide and talk. It is good to be married. It feels good. Praise God. How much time I must say praise God? One more time. Praise God. As a matter of fact, let me just say it one more time. Praise God. Yes, apple cider. Praise God. Good evening, Sister Carol. I hope you're doing good. All right. So as I promised, guys, I'm going to be sharing with you tonight on some things to think about, some things to consider if you have been out of a relationship for some time and you're ready to go back and start dating. You're ready to get back into something serious. Maybe you've been through a divorce. Maybe you had been in a long-term relationship, so you didn't have to be out there in the dating market, but the relationship ended after a long time and you find yourself out there by yourself. And can I tell you that that can feel really foreign? It can feel really strange when you're back on the market after a long-term relationship has ended. Sometimes you feel like a fish out of water because it's almost like you don't even remember what it feels like to fly solo again, because you've become so used to having somebody there. Maybe it's a marriage and the marriage ended and you are so used to having somebody there and you find yourself back out of grass, as my father would have said. So you're out of grass, man, you're back out of grass. So you find yourself back out of grass and you're wondering, Lord Jesus, how am I going to do this by myself? I went through that when my marriage ended after 10 years of being married, and then having to go back out there and start over. And not just start over by myself, but to start over with 3 children. It's not easy. All the single moms who are watching, I can relate to your story. I know. So if you're back on the market now, you want to meet Mr. Right, then there are some things I'm going to share with you tonight that I want you to just be mindful of, because you're coming back onto the dating scene. And can I tell you, it's different. It is different. It is not like when you just enter the dating scene or when you started that relationship with the person that you were with before things ended. It's absolutely not the same. I mean, returning to dating after a long time, it's almost like you're returning to study after a long break from the classroom. And you know, when you've been out of the classroom for some time, it's like your brain frees up, your brain get slow, your brain get lazy. So you have to jolt the brain. You have to start read up some books and everything to sort of stimulate your brain again. It can be a similar feeling when you put yourself back out in the market after a long-term relationship has ended or something. You know what I mean? Every skill that you need, that you need to be able to effectively play the dating game, it feels rusty, especially if you are in a long-term relationship and you're just trying to start over now. You're gonna feel rusty. Very, very rusty. Sometimes you feel like you have no idea how to handle yourself now that you're back on the market. And I know I'm not exaggerating. Come on, guys, if you can relate to what I'm saying, just talk to me and let me know. Good evening to you, sweet Colleen. Good evening to you. Bless you, sis. Good to see you. If you guys understand and you can relate to what I'm saying right now, if you've been out of the dating scene for a while and just coming back, you feel rusty? Tell me if you feel rusty. I see Andrea, she's in the studio, in the background. Alice said true. I'll get to you in a little bit, Sister Andrea. Akeelia will tell me exactly what we're going to be doing with you. But for now, let me just talk to the people a little bit and, get them back in the mood, those who are seeking to get into the dating game again. And forgive me if I use the word game, because it's not a game. It's a serious thing. Dating is not a game. It is a very, very serious thing. Let me see if I can follow you guys in the comment section over here. Andrea Reed says, good evening. And Sister Zon is saying, true Rev. Yes, sister. Rev not play when it comes to them something, you know, me talk up the things. I talk up the things. You understand what I'm saying? Because I'm telling you, I've been through the fire. I've been through the fire with relationships. That's one area of my life that the enemy has really fought me in. So what I'm saying to you, I'm not pulling anything out of a hat. These are things, a lot of these things I know because I've been there. You know what I mean? Now, you have to be smart. When you're putting yourself back out there into the dating game, you got to be smart. And not because you're a Christian woman, you must play the fool. Don't play the fool. Or if you're a Christian guy, don't play the fool, because people will play you. People will play you out there. Most of the people who malice me, like men who malice me, it's because they couldn't play me. They couldn't play me, so they malice me. You know what I mean? When people can't play you, you know, they will malice you. They get mad at you. They malice you because they can't play you. So I'm just saying that to you guys who are getting back out on the dating scene, that you got to be smart and be very careful. Don't play the fool, because people will play you. All right. Now, one of the things you have to do, it's like reorientation. It's necessary. You know, like when you're going into a new school or when you're going into college, they may have what we call orientation day. On that day, they take you through all kind of things about the school. They give you all the information you need to come in and to be comfortable and to settle in and to find your way around. When you're going back on the market after a long period where you've probably been married or in a long-term relationship, it can feel like you need reorientation. And I'm telling you, sometimes it is absolutely necessary, because it's going to help you to understand the dynamics of the current dating scene. And why I say this is because maybe the relationship you were in it for 10 years or some other period, which is long term. So now that you're back on the scene, a lot may have changed. It is quite likely that a lot has changed since you were busy being courted by that last partner that you had. Let me give you a scenario. A woman who goes into a marriage childless. This is a scenario I'm giving you. She goes into this marriage without children. Then in the marriage, she has children. All right. During the course of the marriage, she has children. Then after 10 years, she divorces, or she goes through a divorce. Now, she might find that the characteristics that she was looking for in a man before she got married and had children, she will need to adjust them. So you see what I mean, right? Some adjustment is going to be necessary, because you have to understand the dynamics. What has changed? What has shifted since the last time you were in the dating game? If you guys are following me, I want you to engage me. Just throw the questions. If you got questions, you can throw the questions at me, right? Okay. Now, I'm sharing that particular scenario with you because that is the situation I was in when I entered the dating market as a single mother, right? I was a single girl, no children when I got married. I think I got married when I was like 22 years old, still young, green and fresh. And to be honest, looking back, I don't know what kind of hurry I was in. I don't know what kind of hurry I was in. Can I give you guys a joke on top of it? I remember when I was supposed to get married. As I said, I was like 22, which is pretty young, and have learned some serious lessons since then. You see, all of you guys who are in a hurry to get married and you're young, not do it. Don't be in any hurry like that. I'm not saying wait until you're 40, but try, see if you can get some education and do some traveling and so on first. Don't rush. Get out there, see what's available, and just make sure that you put your value up before you rush into marriage. So educate yourself. If you can get your education, just do that and travel. Some of you don't meet nobody yet. You haven't seen nothing about life. You don't meet different types of people yet, and the first person come, run and get married, and sometimes that's why the marriage don't work, because you don't have no life experience. You don't have any, and you rush into marriage, and the marriage don't work because both of you realize now that sometimes you outgrow each other. People outgrow each other. I'm telling you, it's a fact. All right, so don't be in any hurry. Just take your time and just put yourself in a good situation before you try to tie up yourself in marriage. All right. So I was saying to you guys that, yes, when I re-entered the market, I re-entered as a single mom. I got married, had no children. And then by the time I was divorced, I had 3. So I re-entered the market as a single mother. And I'm telling you, it's different, because even though you may be very attractive. You may have had children, but you still look good, because there are some of us women who we have children and we look young same way and look good. But guess what? The reality is most of the men, they are not just looking at your physical attractiveness only. They are looking at your entire package. And sometimes when you come with children, they see it as baggage. It's a harsh truth. It's the reality. You look good, but you're coming with children, you're coming with a package. You understand? And some men don't want the package. They don't want the package. They might like the way you look. They like your body, but that doesn't mean they want to marry you. And that is why you have to pray for a godly man who is going to be looking at your heart, the godly man who is going to be looking for the God in you, the godly man who is looking for a Proverbs 31 woman. And that is the kind of man who will know how to love you, because he knows how to love the Lord. All right? He will see your value beyond the flesh. He will know you in the spirit and know that you are the woman that God has sent to complete him. Yeah, solid stuff I'm talking to you about tonight. So ladies who are back on the dating scene and you have children, the experience might be a little bit different from what you anticipated. There are good men out there who are okay with you having children and marrying you even though the children are not his. But there are a lot of men who it's a problem for them. We are the men who are watching me tonight. If I'm speaking the truth, just tell me say it's true. Tell me that I'm speaking the truth. If I'm speaking the truth, the men who are watching me tonight, tell me that I am speaking the truth, because I don't want it to look like I'm here just talking off the top of my head. I know that I'm talking truth tonight. So just let me know, guys, your thoughts on what I'm sharing with you. And whether or not, guys who are watching me, am I speaking the truth about how men perceive women who have children in terms of marrying them or getting seriously involved with them? Let the people know. Apple Cider says I'm 51 and never been married. Wow, sis. You know what? I'm still believing God for you. Still believing. I've seen women over 50 getting married, so it is still very possible for you. Never say never. Ryan says true. And Laurie Williamson says true. All right. So Akilia, just send me a little message on the phone and let me know what we are doing with Andrea tonight so that I can bring her into the conversation. But in the meantime, for those who just joined us, welcome. This is Single, Saved, and Searching, the show for saved singles. We try to help saved singles to find their missing rib. All right. But tonight, I'm going to talk with you, as I have started to do, about some things that you might need to consider. If you've been off the dating scene for some time and you're just coming back, there are some things I think that you should consider. One of the first things is you have to be clear in your mind about what kind of relationship you want at this stage of your life. Do you want to just date? And I'm hoping no, because for us as Christians, Christian singles, we don't date just for dating. We date with intention to marry. All right? Yes. We date with the intention to marry. Let me see what Akilia is saying to me here about Andrea, who I'll be bringing on in a little while. Just checking the messages that Akilia is sending to me here on the phone. Okay. Oh, hold on a little bit. Is this our friend Andrea, Akilia? Is this our friend Andrea who had me popping up on our interview the other night? No. Is this Andrea? Is this the same Andrea, Akilia? Come, talk to me fast. The same Andrea who had the Christian women thinking all kind of things. No, sir. If she come back tonight, she can finish me off. No, listen. Put her on. Put her on. No, sir. You know me. If I laugh tonight, I pop. Andrea, what you do?
I'm good. I'm blessed.
No, I have to laugh, because every time I remember your interview, I'm in stitches. Oh, sister, it is good to see you. You're wearing pink tonight. Walk to the hair. You take out the hair?
Yes, man. Another one. That was for Jamaica Day. The color.
Okay.
Yeah, at
You're not wearing no color tonight.
burgundy and black.
Okay.
Color I'm tonight. Are you seeing me clearly?
I am. Apple Cider say I remember her. Yes, but you're freezing a little bit. And I'm sure you're freezing up a little bit. Listen, me now.
Same with you.
Yes. So it is good to have you back on tonight, Sister Andrea. What is it you want to share with us tonight? Because I know that your broadcast, that show that night, the quality of the video was not good. It was not good. So we couldn't hear everything you were saying. We couldn't see you properly. And I'm so sorry about that. So what is it you want to do tonight, Sister Andrea? What is it that you want to say to us tonight?
You, the floor is open. You can ask me whatever.
Oh,
I'm here waiting. I'm still waiting. I haven't gotten anyone calling as yet. So I'm
okay.
wondering if I've chased the men away. Because we talk about bed, floor, and wall and all of them. Something there. So I wonder if I have chased the men away.
No, that means you're underestimating men. Men are not going to run away from a challenge like that. They are not. Even if they're
Okay.
men will be, they don't run away from that kind of thing. No, they don't. All right. Now, I think what we may do differently based on the conversations we had with you, if you want us to share like your Facebook handle, or if you're on Instagram, etc., then Akeelia can put it in the chat. You can share it with her and she'll put it in the chat so that persons can reach you directly. Because sometimes persons don't want to fill out the form that we give them. But the reason we give them the form is to protect you guys. We don't just send people to you directly like that. We kind of use a form to filter, because we don't know who we're sending to, and we don't want to give people your contact number and stuff just like that. You know, so we do it to protect you.
Yes.
But if you want us to do so, then we'll share your Facebook page, we'll share your Instagram. You can give them to Akeelia and she will share them.
Okay.
All right.
Well,
Now, go ahead.
Should I go ahead?
Yes.
Okay, my Facebook name is Andrea Dennis, and my Instagram name is Andrea So Cool 91 in one. No space between the words.
Okay.
Andrea
Okay,
So Cool 91. That's my IG name.
All right. So
And Andrea Dennis on Facebook.
Okay, Akeelia will type it. I'm telling you, did your pastor watch? Has your pastor drawn you up or anything for that show?
No. My pastor is a very humorous man, you know. I don't know if you know Pastor Al Miller. Al Miller? Reverend Al Miller?
Yes.
Yes. He's a very humorous person. So he would chastise me for saying the things that I did.
Okay, I see Sister Trudy has the information. Thank you, Trudy. We really appreciate it that you typed the information for Sister Andrea right there. Now, Sister Andrea, we had a very good chat that night. I know some things people couldn't hear you clearly and so on. So if I may, I'll just run through some of those questions with you again and just free to go ahead and share with the people, okay?
Okay, no problem.
All right, so just remind us, for those persons who didn't get a chance to see that show, just remind us what are the things that you're looking for in a companion at this time, somebody that you want to marry. What are some of the things, the attributes you're looking for?
Okay, first and foremost, that man must be passionate about his walk with God. He must be have a heart of gold, very respectful females, a go-getter, very ambitious. He must be over 49 and older, with flesh on his bones. Yeah, me love the tickers, them, the black chocolate tickers, yeah. With the big foot. Yes, their feet must be, yeah. And they can be from anywhere in the world. Once they speak a second language, they will have to teach me. Yes, if they have kids, that is not a problem. But I rather grown kids, because my kids are, the youngest kid is 21.
And how many?
21 this year. I have 5 of them overall.
Okay.
And they are grown. They are grown. They are not baggage. They are not baggage at all.
They're never baggage, to be honest. Well, we don't see them as baggage, but some men, they see it as baggage. But I gotta go back. I have to go back to something you just said because I'm curious about this big foot. What is it about a man having big foot? What does that do for you to have a big foot?
Oh yeah, I like the thing. You don't want me to say, Rev. I can't say that. I don't want to say that publicly. I don't want to. But there's something about not tall feet, but the thick feet. I like the thick feet, well balanced. A size 13 and 12 and 10 and 11. Yes.
Oh, Sister Andrea, that sounds like a basketball player. That sounds like a basketball player. Only basketball players in size 13 foot. Listen, Sister Andrea, did you know?
Like Shaquille O'Neal.
Yes. Did you know that feet represent dominion? In the spirit, in the realms of the spirit, feet represent dominion. So when you say you want a man with large feet, I don't know if is it that you're looking for somebody to dominate. I don't know.
No, I don't want anybody domineering. No, the thing have to be balanced. As I've said, I like the thing to be balanced. I don't like a male that because he's a male and he's supposed to be the head of the house, he's domineering and he will talk down at you. No, I like us to be one in everything. Yeah.
Oh, all right. And does it matter to you, Sister Andrea? You named some characteristics that you would like from this man, that you would like this man to have. Now, does it matter to you at all if this man has a certain level of education or not?
Once they are educated, that is good for me. Yes. Once they are educated, even if he's educated, I will teach him. I will teach him what he doesn't know. Because sometimes you can never know where God is leading you. You don't know where God is leading you, and suppose that is the one that God wants for me. Well, I will teach him. I will teach him, yes, what I know.
How long
because we are supposed to be. Well, it's over 5 years, yes, because my relationship with my husband lasted over 20 years, but we were married for 15.
Okay.
Yes, so single.
You really want that partner, no? 5 years for you is a long time.
Yes, it's over 5 years. Really long, really long.
Have you been praying about this, Sister Andrea? I know you've got a program, so you're doing something. You're putting some work behind your faith. Have you been praying? How much have you been praying about?
Yes, Rev. I've fasted and I've prayed because lonely won't leave me alone. And I am ready. I am ready. I think I'm ready. But there's still room for improvement thing. So I'm open for changes. I'm open for changes.
Okay. I understand. Now, talk to us about what you are bringing to the table now, Sister Andrea.
Well, as I said before, let me remind everyone, I think God's special time when he was creating me. Yes. And I will be his second head, his second pair of feet, his second pair of eyes, his second pairs of hands, his ears. I will be his strength when he's weak. I will lift him up when he falls. I will be there for him through thick and thin and support him in anything meaningful. I am very domesticated. I am very domesticated. So that is not a problem. And we will learn from each other. We will learn from each other.
Sister Andrea, let me ask you a question. You sound like the kind of woman who knows your way around the kitchen. You know how to cook good, healthy meals to take care of her husband. Am I right?
Yes, Rev.
All right. So here's the question for you now. Suppose your husband little bit of a back problem. Is not as strong as he has a little bit of back. Can you hear me?
I'm hearing you now.
Right. Suppose your husband has a little bit of back problem. If you had to remedy that with his nutrition, what would you prepare for him, Mr. Andrea?
Well, in our Jamaican style, I will look after some conch with cow skin and turbot. And I will make a strong soup for him. I will look up some nice dragon with eggnog, with egg and with egg and supplicant and a lot of ingredients to the nutmeg and the vanilla and the cinnamon and all of them, something, the carrot juice. All of them. I know stuff. I know my stuff, man. I know my stuff.
When you make that when you make that drinks and give him, Sister Andrea, you don't think you have forgot time up.
Yes. Yes, sir. Yes, ma'am. At that time, I got to bed floor and against wall. From bed from floor and against wall. At that time, we got to explore the room, the whole place.
Why you come on here, come give the Christian women any ideas that I'm not supposed to have, Sister Andrea.
Well, thing, man. We have to be creative. We have to be creative and improve ourselves. Yeah, man. That's nothing bad. Each one. Anything that we are not, teach each other. Yeah.
Yes. All right. Now, some people are watching and them say to themselves, so so that little woman, this little woman, she not easy, So I want you to help them to understand that you have some depth, Sister Andrea. You don't just know how to take care of a man and all of that, but you know the word of God. Tell me, what is your favorite scripture in the Bible?
Well, one of my favorite scripture is Matthew 6 and 7.
Mm-hmm.
Ask and it shall be given you. Seek and ye shall find. Knock and it shall be open unto you. For everyone that asks it, find it. No, he that asks it, receive it. He that seek it, find it. And to everyone that knocks, the door shall be open unto him. So, and that is what I'm doing here.
Bless the Lord, sister. I like it. You're solid. You're solid. And I'm praying that, this is not in vain, but that person who the Lord has for you out there, sister, that he will do so with speed. Are you willing to relocate? You're in Jamaica. Suppose somebody overseas is interested. Are you willing to relocate, Andrea?
Absolutely. Yeah. Yes, Rev.
Right. Does it matter in terms of this person being, of the same race or another race? Does it matter to you?
No, not at all. Not at all.
Mm-hmm. All right. Well, I'm happy that we got you to come back on tonight and to just share again based on the fact that the first interview, it wasn't so clear. We were having some internet issues. So I'm hoping that the right person will see you tonight and that very soon you will have your board, because I know you have not at all made any attempt to hide the fact that this is it for you. You're ready. And it is time. So we hope that, indeed tonight that person will see you and they will reach out to you, Sister Andrea. So I'm going to ask my producer to put the information in the chat again, just to make sure that anyone who is interested in Sister Andrea can find her on Facebook, they can find her on Instagram, or they can click the link here and just fill out the form if they prefer to go that route, and let us know that you wish to connect with Sister Andrea. She's from Jamaica. Remind me of your age, Sister Andrea. How old are you again?
Kingston, Jamaica, age 58.
All right. So she's in Kingston, Jamaica. She's 58 years old. And you're a carer at the moment, Sister Andrea?
Pardon me?
At the moment, you're in care? You're in the care business at the moment? The kind of work that you do?
No, yes, that is it. That is it that I do. Yeah.
Are you hoping to go back into your own business? You had a business before COVID. COVID affected your business and you're looking to go back into your own business.
That's right. That's right. You remember a lot. That is
Right.
it. So,
Right. Okay, wonderful. So, gentlemen, this is a hardworking lady. She has experience as a wife. She's an experienced mother as well. She's a very good cook. She's an industrious woman. She's a woman who is ready to take care of a man the way that he needs to be taken care of. She's a godly woman, and she's a woman with a lot of punk and energy. So, gentlemen who are watching, be bold. This is Sister Andrea. You don't want to miss out. Reach out to her. Her information is going to be in the chat. And we're also putting the link here where you can click on the link, sign up the form, and send it to us, and we'll connect you with her. All right, Sister Andrea, you have a wonderful evening now and a great weekend. We're happy to have you back on the program, and we hope that this time somebody will reach out to you, okay?
Same to you, Rev. I'll be waiting. Bless you. Have a great weekend.
You too, darling. Take care. Hello,
bye.
Bye. Camille say, Yahweh, cover your children on Facebook Live. All right, sis. God bless you. Sister Maureen Mother Seal is saying, so tell me something. Is there any single man on this live? Well, I saw one earlier. I didn't see a lot of single men on the live at the moment, but let us hope that at some point, because the video is going to be here and also on YouTube, that the right person will see and reach out. And we replay these videos throughout the week. All right. So if anybody missed seeing you, if you came on the program, then we always replay the videos so that persons can see you. All right. So that was Sister Andrea, and she's from Jamaica. She's 58 years old and she's ready to settle down and be a wife again. She was previously married and she lost her husband. She says it is time for her to live again. So if you are the gentleman who's going to come in and light up her life and you're a godly man, then maybe she's the lady for you. Okay. All right. So let us talk again just before I wrap up this evening. Let us finish talking about some of the things that I want you to be aware of if you are just coming back into the dating scene after a long-term relationship, or maybe you have gone through a divorce and you're just coming back out on the market. I had talked to you earlier about, I said, be clear in your mind what kind of relationship you want at this stage of your life. And I was saying to you that when we date as Christians, we date with intention, because sometimes people come back on the market and they just want to date. They don't want anything serious. But for us Christians, we date with intention. We are looking for somebody who wants to get married. All right. We don't just hang out and share quality time with people who we don't intend to marry. So you got to be clear in your mind when you get back on the dating scene. What is it that you want? Am I looking for somebody that, you know, potentially the relationship is going to lead to marriage? So take that into consideration when you get back out there, or if you are looking for someone. Do I want to marry somebody? Do I want to meet somebody, get to know them in order to marry them? Because you're a Christian. We don't go out there and just date like that. All right. The next thing that you might want to take into consideration, I would say that you need to develop a checklist, and develop a realistic checklist at that, of the characteristics that you are seeking in a new partner. You can write it down, because, you know, we have to have an idea of what we're looking for. If you're interested in finding like a new long-term partner, you must have a realistic checklist of the qualities that you're seeking in that partner. It's a good idea. So you know what you want. You're not just wavering all over the place and welcoming Tom, Dick, and Harry. And note that I said realistic, you know, because for women with children, it's important that this person coming into your life likes, or you can deal with your children. If you marry somebody who don't like your children, it's like you're jumping in hot water, because you know you're going to have some serious problems. Then you know that children can make relationships very, very difficult. If they don't like your partner, they can make your life hell. They can make your partner's life hell. Come on, those of you who have been in those relationships,
tell. I'm drowning out here all by myself. I've been crying for so long, but no one will hear and come along. And the way we love will bind us together. We are the face of love. Yes, the way we love will bind us together. We are the face of love. Can't you see? Can't you see? Can't you see? Can't you see?
All right. So thank you guys for your patience. I was just kicked out of my own studio, so I'm back in. I was kicked out and I'm back in. So thank you for your patience, guys. And I'm going to just pick up right where we left off. I hope you are still with me. If you're still with me, just type in the chat, I'm still with you. All right. If you're still watching, you're still hearing and everything, just type in the chat that I'm still with you. Okay. Those who have just joined us, good to have you. I am happy that you are on the program with us tonight. You could be doing something else. All right. So I'm talking with you now. We just had a little chat with Sister Andrea, who is 58. She's in Jamaica and she's hoping to meet her Boaz. She has been married before and she lost her husband. Now she's ready to get into a marriage. She's ready for somebody else to settle with. Okay. Thank you, Sister Zon. She says, I'm still with you. Thank you, Sister Carlene Daly. Thank you, Christine. She says, I'm still watching. And Maureen and Rosalie, I'm still with you. I appreciate you guys. So cheering, but I'm going to jump back in a list of things that you should consider if you have been single or you were in a long-term relationship and you were off the market, but now you're back on the market, and you need to be sure what it is that you are doing and how to go about making sure that you're prepared for this next person who is going to come in your life. Now, there are some things I wanted you to be aware of. I've shared some already. The next thing that I think you should consider if you're in that position is you should talk to your friends who are dating, because it's one of the easiest ways for you to reorientate yourself with the dating scene. After a long-term relationship, if you have friends who are single and are dating, talk to your friends. Get a feel of what's happening out there, okay? Talk to the ones who are still single. Ask them, the ones who are responsible and single, ask them to share tips with you on how to handle yourself as you seek to start dating again. I remember having to do that when I was ready to go back on the dating scene because I felt like a fish out of water. So I had to reach out to my single friends and ask them what's going on out there. And, how do I navigate my way in this market again? Because the truth of the matter is some of you might not even like me using the word market, but, it's just a term we use when you put yourself back out there because it's a market, man. It is a market. All right. And you know what I'm going to advise the women to do as well? Talk to your male colleagues, especially the ones who don't have an interest in you. If you have single male friends, who they're not really interested in you like that, talk to them about dating, what's going on, and their thoughts on dating and how they are navigating the scene. All right. Make sure you have a chat with them because men can reveal some very useful information for us women. So talk to your male friends, and I'm sure you're going to find a very interesting experience talking to them. Very enlightening. But remember also, when you are talking to people about dating, not everybody's experience will be applicable to you. So listen keenly to what they are saying and be smart about the decision you make after you have heard what they have to say. Okay? The next thing is, if you were like me and you got married and you had children, now you're divorced and you're going back out there to meet somebody, the question you must ask of this person that you're looking for, does he have children and does he want children with you? Because sometimes we meet people, you go into a new relationship, right? You already have children and you get into a new relationship, but you don't want to have any more. Us women, some of us, once we lick 40, we just don't want to have any more children. We can't bother go through all of that again for the next 18 years to be taking children to baby clinic and to PTA meetings and doctor's appointments and all them something there. It's like going back, into that. And I'm telling you, if you're not mentally prepared, you will crash. After a certain age, you go down that road again. Listen, I'm not here to turn off the women who are over a certain age and you want children, or you still want children after having some. You still want children with your new partner. That's fine. That's fine. Do you? Right up to age 40, I said to myself, I wanted a daughter. I still wanted a daughter, but then at that time I wasn't married. So where was I going to get no daughter unless I'm going to adopt one? I wasn't going to get no daughter, right? So I'm just giving you guys some things to think about when you go into another relationship after a long-term relationship or a divorce or whatever, and you're going back out on the market. You got to think about whether or not you want to have more children. Does this person want to have more children? And if you guys don't agree, then it's going to be a problem. It's going to be a problem. So you have to know from beforehand and agree that both of you want children before you jump into that relationship. Yes? Please make sure. These are very, very important things that you must think about. Let me hear what you guys have to say in the comments. If you're over 40 and you want to have children in your next marriage, or, you know, you had a long-term relationship and you have children from that relationship and the relationship ended, do you want children with your husband to come? Do you want children? Think about it and make sure you find out from the man if he is expecting to have children with you. It's a very, very important thing that you got to resolve. You can't dodge things like these. All right. The next thing is you have to prepare yourself emotionally, you have to prepare mentally and otherwise. Now, if you are still hurting from that relationship that you were in, that ended, that long-term relationship, it means you might not be ready to take on a new partner. Or you can end up hurting that person and that person don't deserve it, right? So you got to know where you are emotionally. Work on yourself. Before you move on to something or someone else, please make sure that you do whatever counseling, whatever therapy that you need. Prepare yourself in every way to be whole for this next person who is coming into your life. Just before putting yourself back on the market, work on yourself. You deserve to have a healthy relationship. So work on the personal things that contribute to a healthy relationship before you begin to date again. And this might mean that you have to go and do some counseling to deal with any unresolved issue that you are dealing with that can affect a new relationship. And can I tell you guys, one of the telltale signs to look out for? You see, when you say that you are ready to move on and date somebody else, the first date you go on, or even before you go on the first date, listen keenly to the conversations that you're having with this person. If 90% of the conversation is dominated by the person talking about their previous relationship, watch yourself. Watch yourself. That person is not ready for a new relationship. It is okay to offload. You need to talk. Anything that affects you. And sometimes when relationships don't work out, it can be traumatic and we need to talk. And that is why therapy is important. That's why counseling is important. And nothing is wrong with you talking to somebody new about, you know, the relationship that just ended. But if most of the conversation is about their previous partner, there's a problem. There is a serious problem. And you got to be careful. Watch those conversations. Please take note of how much time this person spends talking about their ex-husband or their ex-partner. It's a telltale sign of where they're at mentally and emotionally. And sometimes they are with you in body, but in their hearts, they're not with you. They are with you physically, but emotionally, they are not with you. So just look out for things like these and don't ignore them. They are red flags. Do not ignore them. They are red flags. All right. The next thing that I want you to think about as you prepare to go back into another relationship is you got to keep an open mind. Don't write off certain people, certain men, or certain types of women because of age ideals. For example, don't close your mind to the possibility of ending up with a younger man. Women, don't close your minds to the possibility of ending up with a younger man, sorry. And for the men, don't close your thoughts to the idea of ending up with a woman who is a little bit older than you. You know, maybe at a different phase in your life, you said, no, I will never date a woman older than me. And then you meet a woman who is mature and warm and nice and God-fearing and everything that you could think of. And she's older than you. And you say, oh, forget about that checklist I had where I was saying I don't want an older woman because this woman is ideal for me. It happens. It happens. So please keep an open mind. That little checklist I told you to have, there are times when you're going to meet somebody and almost everything you have on that checklist is going to go out the door. Can I tell you? Almost everything you got is when you meet that person that you really connect with, that checklist you have, some of you go and tear it up and throw it away. You're going to tear up that checklist and throw it away, because this is the real thing. And when the real thing comes, you're going to realize that some of what you wrote down as your ideals was foolishness, unrealistic foolishness. I'm telling you, age is one of those things where sometimes we say we're looking for somebody who is younger, and you might end up with somebody who is older, and that person is wonderful and exactly what you need. So keep an open mind, because some of us, our minds are so closed up that we end up alone for longer than we ought to have been. That's a problem with a lot of women now, you know. The checklist that you have, some of you need to tear it up and throw it away, because your ideals are unrealistic. What you're looking for, you're not going to get. And that's why you might be single for a very long time. Adjust your mind. Adjust your mind. What you are looking for, some of you need to go back through the checklist and wonder to yourself, is this realistic? Am I really going to get this? For example, hear me now and listen. Ladies, don't bother come at Rev for this. I'm just telling you some stuff which is reality, right? Sometimes you're at a certain age, you see, and you have gone through some things in your life, and you have a checklist which really and truly belongs to somebody in their 20s or early 30s. You lick down 40 something, you know. You're licking down 40 something, and you have a checklist which belongs to somebody in their 20s and 30s, and that's why you're not married. That's why you're alone for a long time, because what you are expecting, your expectations are not realistic. They are not realistic. I'm not saying you must accept lower than what you think you value. No. But sometimes the ideals that you have are not for somebody your age, not for somebody at this stage of your life. It's for somebody younger who have time on their sides. Good evening, Sister D James. Good to see you, sis. Yeah, somebody who has time and has not gone through certain things, and you having those kind of ideals is not realistic. So I'm just telling all my sisters, because me don't want 10 years from now when on here start grow up and all of them something there not come and tell me so I'm still single. No. Adjust your mindset. Adjust the ideals that you have, because they might not be realistic. The next thing is, you listen, I've been talking about this, me preach about it all the while. Me say, go where you can meet people. All of us as Christian women, you know why some of we single for so long? Because we don't go nowhere to meet nobody. We in our house all the time. We just go work and we go to church and we go home. Not even gym, we now go. Or we don't take ourselves out to a restaurant for dinner or lunch. We don't treat ourselves to an outing. You understand what I'm saying? And this is how you meet people. So no matter how you believe that God loves you, please remember that it is by faith and works. So remember also, what we like to talk about Ruth. Good evening to you, Sister Laurie and Stacey Nation. How are you doing? We like to talk about Ruth. Remember Ruth? Make I tell you something. In case you guys have not read the story of Ruth properly, Ruth didn't just go sit down and expect that Boaz was going to see her just like that. Don't you remember that Naomi instructed Ruth to go and lie at Boaz's feet? Naomi told her what to do. The older woman is wise. So she coached the younger woman. She tell Ruth, say, listen, go to Boaz's feet at this time, at a particular time, and do X, Y, Z. When the man wake up, he must see you. That's what she said. She told her, she said, go to his feet and do X, Y. And she gave her the instruction. And she said, when he wake up, he must see you. He cannot miss you. So this is for all of my single sisters who are saved. Please stop sitting at home and expecting Boaz to come to your house and find you. It now go happen for most away. Even though I met my Boaz at home, but God sent him there because something needed to be done, and the person who was supposed to do it asked him to come. That's how we met, right in my house at the time. But all of we not going to have the same experience. We won't. So you got to get up, fix up on yourself, go out with your girlfriends. You don't have girlfriends? Go out with your female friends. All of you guys plan and have a little evening and go to dinner and thing. You know what I mean? Go to dinner, plan an outing and go to the movies. Go to an adventure park at some time, laugh on your head off, enjoy on yourself when you don't know who you will meet. They are not all in your church. Most of the time, the men you will marry, they are not in that church that you attend. They are not there. So you got to get out the house for them to meet you. You got to get out the house for them to see you. Let me see what Susan is saying. I am 3 years older than my husband, and I never want a younger person, but I gave him a try. It's the best thing I ever done. My husband is a protector, lover, and a provider. Wow. That's awesome, sister. I'm happy for you, and I'm glad that you're sharing with the other ladies here that age, at the end of the day, age can just go out the window. You know why I'm saying this too? I didn't really want to go too much into my own testimonies and so on, but I can share with you guys at this point. My husband is older than I am, and it doesn't bother me. There was a time when I said, there's a certain age, I'm not going over that age. And I met people along the way who were my husband's age, and immediately I wrote them off because of the age thing. I wrote the persons off. And I'm talking about like bishops and so on. And I wrote them off because I said, no, sir, I'm not marrying anybody that age. But when I met my husband, it was different. The age went out the door. I couldn't care less about age because this was different. The checklist I had, I tore it up. I tore up the checklist because it no longer was applicable. It was no longer applicable. So I'm just saying this because somebody might need to wise up. You understand? Don't close the door on what could be the best partner for you or who could be the best partner for you because of their age. All right? I know it's important. It is an important thing. But sometimes the things that we have as wants is what blocks us from meeting the persons that we need. You heard what I said? Because wants are different from needs. Sometimes what you want is not what you need. And that is why you're not married. Because you want what you don't need. It's needs that should take precedence over wants. So bear that in mind and be wise. Sister Zan is saying true. Amen. All right. Somebody say age is still just a number. Yes, my darling, it is. It is. All right. So for you ladies who are not going anywhere, please make sure you leave your house and go. Join the different associations. If you are professionals, join your professional associations so you can meet people. And some of you guys do some charity work now. Go and find out where you can get into a feeding program to feed the homeless and all kind of something. You don't know who else as a professional like yourself is volunteering to do the same thing. And the two of you can book up at a home where you go to feed people. You don't know. You just don't know. Travel. If you can afford to, just travel. Take a trip somewhere. Take a vacation. You understand? And you know what? I can say to you, some people have had good experiences. Some have not with dating websites. But there are some reputable ones where you have to pay. As long as the thing is free, you know, you're going to have to filter very hard because you're going to meet all kind of different people. But if it's the one where you pay and they filter, you know, the prospects for you, you can try it. I know people who have had success with dating websites. They met their husband or their wife on a dating website. Yeah. So don't close the door. They have Christian website, dating websites, you know. They have those too. So please consider it. Don't just sit and be lonely for the rest of your life. All right. So this is us for tonight on Single Saved and Searching. I truly hope that it has been a refreshing experience for you tonight and that you are taking into consideration the pointers that I have shared with you. If you are in a long-term relationship and you're looking to go back out, some things that you might want to think about before you embark upon dating. Those are the tips that I was sharing with you tonight. I certainly hope that you have taken them into consideration. You might not them down, but I want you to make sure that you took some mental notes and so on, and that it will help you as you move forward into your new life. All right. Thank you guys for joining me tonight. God bless you.
So long, but no one will hear and come along. And the way we love will bind us together. We are the face of love. Yes, the way we love together. We are the face of love.